Right, so now the convention of Nigeria's famous political party, post-military regime, has come and gone. We're talking about the PDP, the People's Democratic Party, with the Minister of the FCT headlining the event and key officers appointed to lead the party ahead of the 2027 election. Notable absentees from the other faction of the PDP raised concerns. Yes, it does. And that's it. The PDP is truly ready to unite and forge a pathway forward that will rival the APC and ADC in 2027. Now let's talk a bit about the key moments of that convention of yesterday. Now, a faction of the People's Democratic Party, backed by the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, has affirmed Abdulrahman Mohammed and Senator Samuel Anyangu as National Chairman and the National Secretary, respectively. About 2,500 delegates in Abuja on Sunday endorsed the 19-member NWC, that's National Working Committee, and other national officers. Meanwhile, speaking during the convention, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, and who is also the national leader of the People's Democratic Party, Nyesom Wike, addressed party faithful at the ongoing national convention, which he described as one of inclusiveness, unity, and renewal, declaring that the party had overcome a deep internal crisis and was poised for a new chapter. Speaking to delegates, Wike said members gathered as a congregation of victorious men and women whose badge of honor remains the umbrella of the PDP. Here, he noted that the party had weathered a tragic crisis of leadership that once threatened its survival. Now let's have a view of that convention that happened yesterday.
You have shown you have leadership traits. I want to assure you, let nobody think because people have talked about the president, his achievement. President's achievement will not cover any of you. This period is a period of Operation Show Your Report card. Operation Show Your Report card. All of you who took our mandate, we will take it back. Then they fear you, OJ. Then they fear you, OJ. Then they fear you, OJ. I guess so wicked that they fear you, come on, body, because you cannot see ordinary small crisis. They've run away. Assuming you make one of them to be president of the country, and external aggression comes, they will also run away. So we must be careful of those are the subnationals. I have said here.
Okay, so that was Nyesom Wike, FCT minister, who championed yesterday's PDP convention. Now, he also used the convention to throw jabs, okay, throw shades at governors who had defected, citing internal crisis within the party. Now, this has raised questions about the FCT minister's true intentions for the party. Now, let's just have a look.
Requires firmness. Leadership requires commitment. What you see that has happened, defection of some governors who have left, have only shown you they lack the leadership traits. I liken them like the former presidential candidate of Labour Party. The presidential candidate of Labour Party before wanted to be president, and they gave him a platform, and that platform was Labour Party. When crisis came in Labour Party, it is that time it is required for him to show leadership. He ran away because he could not solve problems. The same thing. When our governors were looking for a platform to be governors, they became governors. When crisis came, for them to show leadership, for them to show men of vision and courage, they ran away. This is to tell you those who can stand when there are crises. This is to tell you when you have a wife or wives and there are problems in your family, you do not abandon your family. You only stay there to solve the problem.
So Nyesom Wike, typical of him, right there talking about party members, governors who defected to the opposition, mostly the APC. Now the PDP only has two governors, and the big thing yesterday was that those two governors were not even there in the convention. And this is a far cry from when the PDP used to have, like post 2023 election time, when the PDP used to have 13 to 14 governors. Okay, so obviously there's a deep divide here right now. And he also made mention, he also did not spare Peter Obi, who is now in the ADC, formerly of the Labour Party, and he used him sort of like he compared Peter Obi to himself, right? That like he's doing a better job. The fact that even in the midst of the PDP crisis, he himself, talking about Wike, he did not jump ship, unlike Peter Obi, formerly of the Labour Party, that during the Labour Party's crisis, he abandoned the party and went over to the ADC. But that's just by the way, though. And the thing right now is, Wike put himself out yesterday, displaying control. Like the party is bouncing. In fact, he even said it, that the PDP has shown itself yesterday as having the capacity to bounce back. But do you think that yesterday's convention was enough? Like, look at it. The people who even attended the convention was just what, 2,500 or 2,400. In contrast to what the APC had, over 8,000 delegates. Do you understand?
Yeah. Well, Wike is who he said he is. Because by now Nigerians should know that Wike will always stand on what he said he wants to stand on, even when it's so glary what is going on.
Yeah.
He kept on saying there is no split, there is no division, there is no faction. So if I may ask, direct that question to FCT Minister, talking about His Excellency, Nyesom Wike, why was the other faction not present in an activity, an event as huge as a convention?
Exactly.
And it didn't bother you. What he kept on saying was that reconciliation will continue even after the convention. Why the haste? If truly you are telling us that there's no faction, there's no split, and that PDP is fronting a united party, you should be concerned. If truly you are standing in for reconciliation, you should be concerned that a faction as important as hosting the two remaining governors are not part of this convention. And that's just by the way. About Wike as a person and this PDP convention, believe me, reconciliation is on paper. Wike is getting better at his games. Like, because whenever you go to the, let's say you take him to the law courts, for example, you keep on saying, but there is reconciliation, that kind of a game. But there is reconciliation. Now, was I not part of the reconciliation? Am I not working to? But his attitude, his non-verbal communication, is saying a whole lot. Like I mentioned when we were giving out the newspaper headline, Wike should understand that if he really has the interest of PDP at heart, it's not going to be his way all the time. I think it's just a to fulfill all righteousness.
I think one would look at it that way truly, because a lot of people would fall back on his attitude during the last FCT elections. Okay, it was obvious that the man was working for the APC. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So a lot of people would question the fact that he's standing there. Although, yeah, we cannot dispute the fact that, wow, like Wike galvanized yesterday's convention. Do you understand? There were a lot of people who stood behind him, or should we say beside him, at yesterday's convention. Okay, but we cannot remove the fact that there were still some people who were not there.
Yeah, what you saw was what in Nigeria Street Palace, we could get men. Wike is that personality that you can never see him moving though. I don't know how he's doing it. I don't know what is the lure. How he's able to control. You can imagine if Wike truly standing for the reconciliation, for the peace of PDP with what he has, like, I don't want to use the word control, but, he has this followership, right? He always have these people who are standing in, what's that, our NYC anthem that year, under the sun or in the rain, they are with him.
Yeah, right.
So if truly he wants to press or drive home that reconciliation, having the resurgence of PDP at heart for good, I think Wike is likely to pull PDP through, just like, I think he was just likening himself to, rather likening Peter Obi to himself in the wrongest of ways.
Okay.
But if he had the interest of the political party at heart, then the likening will make sense, because, wherever Peter Obi goes, he has this crowd following him, followership. But Wike, until then, because for now, yes, he has the followership, but for what motive exactly? For what motive? And I heard where you made mention of, obviously working for APC. That one is no longer news, but I really wonder, in a country where it is a grave offense for you to belong to a political party, meanwhile working for another political party. And it's not just Wike. It's not just Wike. If you listen to a whole lot of supporters, even the governors who are not either in PDP or APC, the way they, I'm not saying that, you should crucify somebody who is not in your party, but, their underground attitude, their underground suggestion is saying that we stand with this person. But then let us take solace, let us take shield in the political party we are in, apparently because it is their last tenure or they have interest to protect. So let me give an example of Anambra State.
Okay.
I think last week there's this activity that happened where Governor Soludo's daughter met and supported with the City Boy movement, knowing that the father belongs to ABGA. I'm not saying if you have visitors you should show them away, but there are things that you put out there that shows maximum.
You're being too friendly, too nice, excessively so.
If not, you come out and tell us, okay, yes, you had visitors and they came by, but then this is your stand. But they dilly-dally a lot. This is the Nigeria we find ourselves. So here we are.
Now, admittedly, yesterday's convention was way more than what the Turaki side held in Ibadan in November of last year. Okay, now what that tells us is Wike truly knows his stuff. Let us just give him
Wike is a showstopper.
Whether you like the guy or you don't like him, you just have to.
He has activity.
You just have to. You just have to.
Wike has activity. He's. You cannot just overlook him. It's impossible.
Honestly, you see staunch PDP members like former Senate President Bukola Saraki. You see person like Ayo Fayoshi. Okay.
Makinde.
Like these people stood behind this man.
Oh, Wike, yes,
behind Wike. Or Tom of Benue State, you see like people staunch people were behind the guy. Abamoro, he was like,
He has
you
men.
understand? So,
He do.
but then, regardless of this thing,
Yeah.
regardless of him seeming to have galvanized and has sort of gathered the strong men in his camp, the thing is there is division that needs to be addressed.
Non-negotiable.
Cannot be
it's
joked with.
staring everybody in the face.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
So we might see a somewhat united WK camp right now, okay? But I do think it is a temporary situation, because until this issue, this feeling of disgruntledness in the Turaki side and the Makinde and Bala Mohammed side is addressed, the PDP cannot stand. Going on, the PDP cannot even succeed in the next election, let alone succeeding after the election. Do you understand?
Yes.
I think I said this thing also about the APC, that right now the APC feels contained, organized, okay, so unified right now. But it is just because I said it in light of how the governors were defecting into the party, and it seemed like, oh, it's a big win for the APC, but I said it's only for the meantime. It's only for this election cycle, because come the next election, when Tinubu's tenure, his second tenure would have come and gone. That's if he wins the next election. Okay, by the time it has come and gone, the next problem becomes ego.
The bomb will now explode, because
all
obviously
of these big governors would want to show themselves, would want to. Do you understand? So all of this is just temporary right now, and for now, the APC's case is favoring them, but the PDP's case is not favoring them right now. That's all. So we're just saying that it would be quite to the interest of the PDP right now to address this issue that's happening right now. Now, the Turaki side have appealed to the Supreme Court to sort of to challenge the appeal court's decision that nullified their own convention of last year. This is a serious thing.
Sometimes I wonder, why is it that the Turaki faction are not, considering the calmness of Wike's faction, Wike's bloc, when it comes to them going back to the court? Over time, he has, I don't know if you observe, Wike has never been bothered.
No, he hasn't.
He has never been disturbed when it comes to, okay, they are going to court. Ordinarily, he should be agitated. But you and I know what's up in Nigeria when it comes to the judiciary. When we got to that point where some people who, permit me to use the word, who are on the good book of the ruling party will challenge you to go to court even before you think about it. Like, if you're not comfortable with the result of any political event, go to court.
Exactly.
Now, it has come and stayed to the point that they don't even remind you anymore. They are so confident that we already know what the outcome is going to be. Go and give a try. And I wouldn't blame anybody, because in any rational country, when you disagree with events like that, it's the law court, it's the judiciary that you run to. But when you keep running to this court and keep on getting the same result, I don't know, I'm getting tired on their behalf. But I guess there's nothing they will do. You keep on trying and being hopeful. And that doesn't speak well, because when the judgment keeps going in favor of a particular faction when it comes to political party, even when it's spelled out in white and black what is going on. What is going on? The judgment will still be in favor of that particular faction that is being questioned. So, Nigeria, our judiciary is what it said it is right now. I'm not saying, there must be understands that the judgment was or will be given. But how long? Like I said, I keep on getting tired for groups, for individuals who try to challenge anybody,
the dominant force.
the dominant force. That's the word. You know, I don't know. I mean, I guess we cannot, it's part of our government. The judiciary is strongly part of our government. We cannot do without it.
Exactly.
But it is what it is.
Now, it is obvious that the Wiki side took the initiative yesterday, okay, and they've put out a message to the opposition that the PDP stands united.
And going forward, with or without you.
Yes, exactly. But then the thing is, what we understand here is, whatever the PDP did yesterday was a temporary move, because as far as it seems right now, those divisions, they are still divisions. They are no less divisions. Okay, so until these are addressed, PDP's seeming strong fronts that it put up yesterday would only be temporary and will not take the party so far. So everything boils down to reconciliation. Okay.
And you know, Wike was just putting up this inclusivity image.
Yes.
Inclusivity, how did you come back? It's truly that you stood on that zoning that PDP also agreed on, but you zoned the presidency to the north, to the south, the chairmanship to the north. But then, how many persons is your house together? It's just you and the people that will always agree with you that did whatever thing that you did. Right, so it's I don't think it shows inclusivity in its fullness. It's just okay. Let us just pen it down that I didn't do it alone. So what we call inclusivity on paper.
But not in reality.
Not in reality.
Okay, well, so it all boils down to the PDP properly addressing its divisions, because right now as it stands, it doesn't seem like the PDP has properly done that. But until they do that, them securing a strong position in the next election is highly doubtful at this point.